Adam Meyer of Mill City Lutheran in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And in this video, we have something very special, a 1959 Gretsch 6120, and I'm going to be doing a neck reset on it. Now, if you're watching closely and have a sharp eye through this, there are actually two guitars I had here that were both getting neck resets. They're both 1959 Gretsches, but I'm just piecing together the better video clips from each repair to make one video of a neck reset. So it's just not making things confusing where I have two guitars and like over and over the same thing. I'm just putting together like it's one job. So if you notice, yeah, I did the same job on two of them and put together this video. So let's get going. So here we have the guitar, all strings taken off. It was all set up before doing this. The bridge is the same height as before, so we have that reference. And I'm just going to try and illustrate something here with the straight edge. I'll put this across the frets, which are nice and level. You can see that I'm coming in, straight edge is hitting kind of right in the middle of that bridge saddle there. If this were a healthy neck angle, we would be something more like that. You know, the guitar flexes with string tension. So, you know, you're seeing it like that, and you're like, well, you're trying to figure out how this could be in need. Well, it's like you take the strings off, things flex back. So the final result, if the bridge, I put the bridge on at the same, you know, height after the neck reset, this straight edge, as I was saying, should look something more like that. So it's not going to be a huge difference. We're just moving it up a little bit. And, you know, that's what we try and aim to do here. And normally, you just take the first fret out past the neck joint on, you know, guitars like Martin's and so on. And the dovetail will be pretty close to that. So it's the same deal on this one. If I can get this tilted just right, you can see a little bit of light shining through underneath the extension here. So I'm going to have to pull out that fret, and I'll send a tiny little drill bit down, and I'll be trying to hit where you can see like right there. That's the end of the dovetail. So right in this area here, it will be where I'm trying to get my heating blade into. Heat up that dovetail, get this taken off. And here's a look at the neck heel. Gretsch, they're known for putting a bolt through the dovetail of their necks. The bolt's hidden behind that plug there. So I'll be having to take that out, extract the bolt before I try and take the neck off. It was just their way of kind of speeding up the process. They didn't have to be so precise fitting their dovetails. Get a look here. Got a little bit of a gap along this edge here. See if I can get the light up here. It's kind of a indicator that we need to help out this neck joint. You're gonna have to trust me, it's there. I can't quite get it lit up properly for you to see. Come around this other side here. This side looks pretty good. I'll get it back in frame. But we've taken the hardware off, get this out, and then we're going to go about getting the neck removed. All right, so don't have the screw out yet. I'll get this over here so you can get centered. Yeah, it was getting a little risky here using the Dremel because it's so close to the surface that, you know, it's kind of bumping it and starting to shake. So I'm just going to go back to using my X-Acto knife, finding out that this, being it's so thin, I can just chip away little pieces of it. There, I got right underneath. And this is especially want to scribe, you know, like I said, I was scribing around out here. So when this piece comes loose, like around here, it does not take any of the orange over the maple with it. So we've got a little piece coming out right there. Yep, right along the edge, nice and clean. There we go. Got the whole, almost the entire bolt exposed now. Glue is cleaned out now. It's cleaned pretty good. And to adjust the neck angle, what I'm going to have to do is basically this line here, going to carve it like that. So when I clamp it back in, there's a steeper neck angle. So let's get a look here at this heel. This heel doesn't really have a whole lot of place to go. So, you know, before we run out of room here and it starts turning in, I'm going to have to stop. So I'm only going to be able to do so much on this one. The idea is maybe take it to about there, and hopefully that achieves what I'm looking for. I use painter's tape, so gentle on this old finish. Going to make a straight line across here. And I'll use my sanding stick, and I just sand away at an angle until I reach that. I'll put a little piece of tape along here as well to kind of create a straight line. So this is where I'm at. Got everything, first run, shaving that down. And what I need to do is I need to get this gap closed up at the end. It's not perfectly fit there. You may not be able to get in close enough to see it. Just gonna have to take my word for it. But what's gonna happen now is I'm just gonna cut up a bunch of strips of sandpaper. The idea is I just slide it in under the side of the neck, hold it in place, and you just slide it out. And that will help sand this to match the body so we get a nice even fit against the body. Just let like the weight of the neck press down on the sandpaper. The reason why I'm doing this, not only is it a little hard to actually sand the neck heel perfectly flat, but over time this isn't perfectly flat either. see, I have both shims glued on now. So the idea is, you know, the neck is being pulled this way. You know, you can kind of get the idea. So we're going to need more down here than up here. Up at the top, you know, I did not remove anything up here. It was all down here. So most of this will get sanded away, and we'll have some down here. But it's going to end up being really thin because it doesn't take much to hold this dovetail in place. So it's just kind of tediously sanding in there, getting this, and I'll be fitting it into the neck. And once again, like I've said in other videos, it's about being fit. It's not supposed to be tight. There should be no wiggle. But I also shouldn't be forcing this into the dovetail because we're going to be adding glue. Glue's going to take up, you know, it'll soak into the wood. The wood will expand a little bit, so it can't be forced in or else it's going to stick. And then we've got a real big problem. So fit, not tight, not loose. Okay, I'm partway through here at fitting the shims. So you can see this does not fit in all the way yet. But as you can see, you know, got gap there. It's not all the way down where it should be with the binding yet. All right, this is about as close as I can zoom in with my phone, but as you can see, I've got this all the way in. You kind of have to hold it in place and try and wiggle it. I'm trying to wiggle both up and to try and bring it backwards. I mean, you know, it's a dovetail, so if you wiggle it without, you know, kind of holding it in place, it'll just slide out. But I've got this in there really good. Nice even seam along there. This, you know, wasn't perfectly touching before. What's important to know that I'm all the way in is at the finish line on the binding, and I'm down matching that there now. So sorry, I keep bumping the camera, but yeah. All right, so one last time, double check the neck angle before I actually glue it on, and yeah, then it's the real thing. Bell.